Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I am playing an EIKWM France Stag G4516 with Thatcher, Coolala, and Montu, and you should check out Montu streaming at twitch.tv/gamermontu. Looking at this first pile, I see Debt Collector, so I'm going to grab Debt Collector here. Pioneer might be okay with Debt Collector. Giant's not bad with Debt Collector. You have guaranteed plow, so Village Fool would be fine to get back. We've got a couple different directions we can go in. Next up, Fresh Dirt Worker is not bad, especially if you have a reason to plow early. Village Elder is quite good. I like Fencing Master. Village Elder is also quite good. I could take Village Elder. I could take Fencing Master. I could take either. Let's take Fencing Master. I don't mind passing Village Elder along so much. Well, you know what? Village Elder gives wood immediately when it comes down. Village Elder might be marginally better than Fencing Master in most games. So Tutor. So I'm kind of regretting passing Fencing Master because Tutor plus Fencing Master seems pretty good. We've also got Fresh Fence Worker here. Another great card with Fencing Master. However, we've got Stonecutter, Journeyman. So we've got some really good Village Elder cards as well. I think I'm going to take Stonecutter here to work with my Village Elder. Next up. Henkeeper is quite nice if you have fields and grain. But you have to have fields and grain, which I'm not guaranteed to have. I could consider Fresh Dirt Worker plus Henkeeper as a thing, because I think Fresh Dirt Worker, can it get me grain? If Fresh Dirt Worker can get me grain, then that seems pretty good. Otherwise, I could take something like Renovator. Basically makes my stone house free with Stonecutter. Also, Renovator, just an okay all-around action in a game with Village Elder. You know, saves me 2 clay, 2 stone, which I'm going to want to do anyways. I think Henkeeper's got a bit more of an upside. So I'm taking Henkeeper here. Renovator for Stonehouse renovation strat could be okay. So yeah, a couple different ways I could take the draft for sure. Sorry for no stream yesterday. We're trying to play a game, and actually we got to the end of stage 1, and then one of the players had to leave, so disappointed. It was a pretty interesting game. I deliberately took a beggar at the end of round 4. Well, I was in a position where I either got to build the first room, or I got either got to build the first room, or I got like 6 wood, and you know, or no, it wasn't 6 wood. I got to the first room, which was really strong, and I was getting 4 food every time I built a room because I had day labor and something else. There was something else that was helping me, or maybe that's a different game. But yeah, anyways, I took a beggar deliberately because it was going to make the family growth queue really nice in stage 2, and I was going to get the first growth. And unfortunately, we did not get to see whether that was the correct decision or not. I would have liked to have seen that, but oh well. Such things happen. Okay. So yeah, Pioneer with Debt Collector is a thing. Stone Baron with Village Elder and Stonecutter is a thing. I could take Plowman here. Could take Giant. So Giant, Debt Collector, guaranteed double plow sow is pretty strong. Also, we could Debt Collect plow sow for Henkeeper. I also just like start player in general with Village Elder in hand. Stone Baron is nice, but you should give up the points because building majors is better. Um, yeah, but you know I do have Stone Cutter, so getting to a stone house should be relatively doable. So you're right about Stone Baron, but I'm kind of intrigued by Pioneer here. Giant Deck Collector is fine. I'm kind of intrigued by Pioneer. If I really go hard for that first family growth, that's a time where Pioneer triggers. I trigger Pioneer in the Deck Collector round. If it's, if I go for the round 13 card, maybe Giant Deck Collect double family growth without. Yes, that's what I was saying exactly. Giant Deck Collector double family growth without, which would be quite strong. The problem is it caps me at 3 rooms, which I don't know if I want to do that. But double family growth without obviously is really powerful. Could take Stone Baron, or could take Stone Baron, could take Plowman. I'm going to take Giant here. Yeah. I don't know if I'll play Giant, but it works quite well with this hand, I think. This pick... Don't think I really want Walrus Hunter. Could play Dancer, maybe. Could play Organic Farmer. I haven't really set up any early game occupations yet, aside from maybe Stonecutter Village Elder. So Dancer's fine. Walrus Hunter is okay. It's not great. Walrus Hunter works with other stuff. Maybe I get boarding school double family growth my first growth. Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty strong. Hey, Rallocren. Organic Farmer is good if I'm going to build stables, but it's not that good otherwise. I don't think I'm going to build stables, so I'm going to take Dancer here. Dancer combos pretty nicely with some cards, so... Clay Mixer is fine with Village Elder. And, Clay Mixer's okay with Giant, but I could take Indentured Servant. There are a couple Stonehouse occupations out there that I didn't see twice. Could play Indentured Servant here. You know what? Yeah, let's try that. Well, could play Clay Mixer. I do have Village Elder. The problem is I don't have anything that really makes me take that space repeatedly. Whoa, Baby Sling seems pretty good. Yeah. We've also got a couple really good Stonecutter Miners, Syrup Tap and Stonehouse Reconstruction. Syrup Tap, you still do have to take wood, but I could play Village Elder, Stonecutter, start player Syrup Tap, start taking wood, which would be quite strong. Do I never get Baby Sling? I seem to get it quite frequently, actually. Trip to the Lake would have been good with my Wild Boar card. I had that combo earlier, actually. But yeah, I think the pick is Baby Sling here, and then yeah. Yeah, and then Deck Collect Double Family Growth Giant seems like pretty strong, especially considering the person is freed with Baby Sling, which is kind of crazy. Wow, Canoe as well. Jeez. I've also got Farmer's Straw Hat. I don't really think I want to play ladder in this hand. For me, the pick is between Corn Scoop and Farmer's Straw Hat. The question is, for me, how many times am I going to sow this game? Farmer's Straw Hat is probably good. Like, Hedgekeeper only works... No, it says whenever you harvest grain. Okay, so Henkeeper with and does work with Farmer's Straw Hat. So that seems good. I can sow in round 13 and play Henkeeper in round 14. Seems pretty good. As much as I'd like Corn Scoop here to take more than one grain, Farmer's Straw Hat seems like the combo with Henkeeper is quite strong. So, Big fish combo, yes. Canoe and trip to the lake and the boar guy. Although the boar guy, I guess I took Dancer over the boar guy. I had that combo. It was pretty good for me a couple games ago. I was getting a food, a wood, and a boar every time I took fishing. And you could take 2 food fishing, and if there's a food, a wood, and a boar on it, it's a pretty solid action. It's starting to get warm in here. It would be really good if you could play in minor on fishing. That's what you need. That's what those fishing combos really need to be super strong. Is some way to play minors easily. Because otherwise, the effort that you put in to play the cards, like you can't spam them when you really want to, like when that will be the best action available. Because you don't have the minors out usually. So, this hand wants Reedstone Food and 2 Reed because I want the extra Reed for Baby Sling. Not too sold on playing Dancer. Don't really think I want Wine Closet. So for me, the pick is Beanhole, Coffee Break, Cook Pot. Beanhole and Cook Pot both being free points is extremely appealing with Stonecutter. And that's probably just the way I want to go here. I'm wondering if I could take Coffee Break. Coffee Break, you know what? Coffee Break gives some nice food, but I'm going to want to play Occupations in the middle of the game. So Cookpot here is pretty excellent. And we might get Beanhole back, so. Bargain Hunter. Yeah, Bargain Hunter is not bad. So again, another free minor available. However, this time I think I'm taking Beanfield. I want to take the free miners away from my opponents. So as much as I like free color and chain, Beanfield is the pick because I want my opponents to have to pay stone to play their improvements, and I want to play my improvements for free. So with Village Elder, of course, we don't really want to play passing miners. I'm going to make coolala pretty sad this game because I think I'm probably going to end up taking start player a bunch. If I only family growth once and set up the deck collector giant play. So I think the plan is, so I can play deck collector round 10. So I could giant and deck collector round 10. Stack time's a free miner, but Syrup Tap actually has a quite nice ability. I'm going to want to take wood a bunch of times, so I like Syrup Tap with Stonecutter. So certainly Occupation Stonecutter into Occupation Village Elder into Start Player Syrup Tap looks like a pretty strong open into Reedstone Food. So yeah, I could do something like round 10, play Giant. Giant plays Deck Collector. Round 11, maybe double plow, double take wood. Round 12, I would only have 2 actions. Again, one of them gianted. It's round 13 where the giant really pays off. So maybe the play should be more like play deck collector round 10, and then round 12 play giant and henkeeper, for example, and then the giant doubles the round 13. Here's a question. Giant says your people. Is the guest token from Deck Collector one of my people? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I probably need to take start player first, right, in round 11. So if I do get start player round 11, then giant hen keeper looks good there. But assuming that I don't get start player round 11, probably do want a deck collector round 10. I think that generally that is ruled a yes, that a guest does count as a family member. Yeah, you know what? I can look at the compendiums and see. None of these are the actual one. Counts as a person inconsistently. Yes, it does count inconsistently. What are the things that count your people? Astronomer? What's another one? Family counselor? Guests count as family members for this card. uh, it says people. So it seems like Zlarfik is implying that a guest is one of your people, but it's not necessary. It's not necessarily one of your family members. So I think we're good. One of my people. Yeah. So my guest is my people. Use the find the France deck compendium for deck collector. I know the France deck compendium, and I do not believe that there is a ruling there. I don't really need ladder, but the rest of these are all pretty unplayable. I mean, T's okay. T's an okay card, but it's not great. I'm disappointed I didn't get Corn Scoop back. I'm probably going to have to take grain twice. Take grain twice, take vegetable once. Hen Keeper might be a little difficult to do to make work for a lot of points. So I might not play a Hen Keeper. But yeah, it's going to hurt a lot if I don't actually get to play. If I need a 7th miner, it's going to hurt if I don't take ladder. And then we got Beanhole back, so this is quite a nice hand for Stonecutter. No, I don't have to play Hen Keeper. 5 people, yeah. Yeah, I guess I was highlighting the phrase your people. That was for me the big thing. One of your people's actions twice. And I guess that you own is one of your people. It's not one of your family members, but it is one of your people. I think that's a reasonable interpretation. So Montu is streaming over at twitch.tv/gamer Montu, so you guys can check out his point of view. Yeah, I don't have to play Handkeeper, you're right. There is a nice combo with Farmer Straw Hat. It would be nice if I can make it work. But yeah, I don't have to necessarily. Yeah, there's certainly some strong combos out there. We know there's a Stonehouse strategy that got drafted because Journeyman got picked fairly high. Yeah, yeah, it would be nice if ladder worked for, any improvement that had one building resource and one read in its cost, or two building resources of another type and one read in its cost, something like that. That would be good. Or for Clayhouse extension. It doesn't even work for Clayhouse extension. All right, we got occupation here. I want occupation more than Reedstone food. I'm gonna play Stonecutter here. Put my stake in the ground. Let everyone know. This is what I'm doing. This is me. This is who I am. It would certainly be a power bump. I don't know if it would be too strong. Read cost improvements are rare. Yeah. That is a very early racing stable manager for Coolala. Wonder if he also got something like fence overseer. We're very happy taking 2 clay with sheep showing up round 1. We could definitely build the first fireplace. And in fact, taking the sheep for with the first fireplace leaves us 1 sheep to potentially pay baby slings. So uses a balancing mechanic though. It's so much harder to get out sling. Yeah, it wasn't the cleanest solution. I don't know. You know what? To be fair, when they were making this game, they probably had no idea it would be as popular as it was. They probably had no idea that it was going to have so many iterations, have so many other people playing it, or so many people making decks and new cards and everything. Yeah, we could have like a. The other thing is you could curate like some kind of list, and every time a new set comes out, you add to the list, and the list is here are all the things that ladder works with, and on ladder you could just put in the URL. Say here you go. Here's the place where we put all of these things on the on the thing. But the company that published the game originally gets sold and it disappears and You're right. I am muted. Jeez. Yeah. So definitely village elder into major minor fireplace or syrup tap. Either would be fine. Looks like Kulala is playing an occupation here, engineering apprentice. So 3 wood into the 2 clay fireplace looks pretty solid. Engineering apprentice with racing stable manager seems like a pretty reasonable combo. Could also take 2 read there. Yeah, I was muted. Sorry about that. Oh, what I was saying is the 2016 edition. It seemed like they tried to have. Didn't they try to have like symbols? Like if the card has whatever symbol. Like I'm thinking of other games where you would use a symbol to show that it's this is like I'm thinking of Terraforming Mars, right? On Terraforming Mars, you have symbols that denote this card is a space card. So on every card that would be discounted by ladder, it could be like this is a pseudo room or a pseudo whatever, and you could put that symbol on it. You've seen this combo already? It's pretty strong. I mean, I would say just don't play your 6th and 7th occupations if they're not good. Just focus on probably playing 5, and you're getting amazing value out of this. And he had treasure hunter. Oh, geez, treasure hunter. Well then. uh, Montu takes start player. Oh, coolala just played canoe. Okay, that's kind of weird. Major minor got blocked. Oh well, that's fine. I'll take 2 read here. I probably have to first action build the fireplace next round. But certainly not complaining about 2 read. Lumen had the combo recently. Yeah, I mean it seems pretty nice. So I mean, Village Elder and building the fireplace seems pretty amazing here. Because then I'm ready to build the first room and get the first sheep grab in round 4. So this is where I'm really happy I took Village Elder over Fence Dealer. I think Coolala plans to awk into sheep. Bold to float the sheep. I mean, it's possible they get swept, but if they do, I don't know. No one's showing me a real good reason to do so. Like, Coolala might. Coolala could take the sheep and then build one more stable and hold a breeding pair. Like, that's possible. But if they do, I mean, I have other stuff I can do. I can start player. I can play syrup tap. I can do stuff like that. Certainly losing out on the food would be very bad, but I think getting them back with my second action is not that unreasonable here. There's expensive occupation available. There's 3 wood. There's 3 wood, 4 clay. There are other good actions. Thatcher. I think Thatcher wants to take 3 wood and go for a room here. The real risk is building the fireplace and losing both food actions. Yep. Yeah, so if I build the fireplace and then the sheep gets swept and then someone takes 4 food traveling players, that would be quite bad. So Thatcher playing Fencing Master here. So Thatcher could fence, but the fence action is not even out yet. So we figured Thatcher had Fencing Master. That and Village Elder were pretty clearly the second and third, the 2 best cards out of that pack. Montu takes wood. Coolala takes food again. So Coolala could definitely sweep the sheep, and that would be really, really bad for me. If they do that, I need, what, Reedstone food into Basket Maker's Workshop? Probably. That would be my best out. Yeah, Reedstone food. Although Montu might first action Reedstone food with 5 wood and 1 reed. I could Dancer into Traveling Players. I could do that. Yep. Yeah, that would be okay. I mean, that would be bad, but yeah. I guess I'm probably not really that likely to get Reedstone food because Montu looks like he's going to Reedstone food. So yeah, if I'm getting anything, it's probably Dancer into Traveling Players. This is where I want to whisper to Thatcher, I have baby sling. Don't worry, I'm gonna let you grow. Don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. If Coolala does, I mean, yeah. if coolala has some great payoff for the sheep, then it probably works out. If they don't have some great payoff for the sheep, it's a huge boom for Thatcher. So number one Jack says, is this the original Agricola or the revised edition? This is the original. I play a mix, number one Jacks. So this is the original EIK, but we play with extra decks. We play with the WM and France deck, which were both published, and we play with a couple gamer decks, which we have designed as a community. I do some playtesting with the revised edition. We're currently playtesting an expansion for D deck, which is whatever. It's got some weird name. Dortimer deck. The expansion revised expansion deck names are all so funny. Like we have, what do we have? Artifacts. No, not artifacts. It was artifacts. Babulculus. I don't remember. There are some funny names, but yeah, we're currently playtesting an expansion for revised for J4. I only own and have played revised. Revised is a great game too. I mean, Agricola, the mechanics are awesome. Part of what's great about it is the sheer replayability, which is really awesome. I'm gonna take the sheep here. No use risking it any longer. Montu taking wood there is surprising to me. Montu taking wood there is surprising. I could still get the first room with my second move. Artifacts, Babulcus, Corbarius, and Dulcinea. Yes, Dulcinea is the one we're working on. People prefer original just because we've been playing this since... The site's been around since 2008. Yeah, and the nice thing is the cards give a lot of replayability, which is awesome. Yeah, and we've also made expansion decks because, yeah, then, you know, you've changed the game, changes things up. Thatcher can't build, start player for room in 5 rather than build here, but Thatcher probably takes 4 wood. I would think so. I would be surprised if Thatcher doesn't take wood. Eloquent says, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a great game. There's a reason that we're still playing it 12 years after it got released. So Montu got Reedstone food back here. I guess he could take 2 reed as well if he needs a 3rd reed. Revised works a lot better for non-draft or draft 7 games. Draft 7 with EIK is pretty terrible. Yeah, there are some quite weak cards in EIK for sure, and revised was designed more for, yeah, the non-draft 9 player. Coolala, is Coolala start playering for me? That's cool. Coolala might get 6 wood out of this. So build a room, feed 4. So yeah, I guess Thatcher could take 3. Also, Montu did not take read. Oh, not Montu played Thatcher. I missed that. So that's why Montu didn't need the read. I don't know. I mean, I almost like taking Reedstone food there and trying to double build. But I guess maybe Montu gets 3 read in the next round. Koala does get the 6 wood. Well, I can stable block. So I think we're okay to not have... I don't think we have to first action start player here. Although if I do start player, I could play Serve Tap and second action take wood. Or I can take Reedstone Food or 3 reed. 3 reed and then Baby Sling is kind of appealing. Yeah, I think farming is a pretty weak strategy. Even in WM, I think strat farming is quite weak, and you can definitely see in France Tech the goal was to make farming a strong, more viable strategy. Or specifically, when I say farming, I mean plowing and sowing crops. And you can look at cards like Country Doctor, and then there are even more cards in G45 like Field Doctor. You know, it was really there was definitely a focus on trying to make that a more viable strategy because in EIK, I think plowing is quite weak. Like getting, you can't really feed. I think feeding with ovens is pretty bad. In the original, especially compared to animals, and definitely as a new player, you feel that you're like, wow, you can just take the animals and eat them directly, whereas I have to take the grain and then go on the sow bake space. What like? I could also just play syrup tap here. If family growth comes around 7, no, I'll just play baby sling. That's fine. Baby sling's fine here. I could have played cook pot, I guess, but I think I played cook pot on family growth. Well, I also have syrup tap that I want to get out. It's kind of now or never with syrup tap. And I definitely want it to be now rather than never. With Village Elder in play. So it looks like Coolala is certainly going to try to build all 7, play all 7 occupations. I think EIKWM does have, I think high. I would say higher than EIK. I think it's a trend. It's a trend that has happened where it's, you know, I don't think it's been all at once. Yeah. Doesn't everyone love Braggart? I certainly do. All right, we're not going to risk that Montu is nice. We're going to baby sling here. And I'm going to play syrup tap for 1 wood. If I can get second action 4 read, I can threaten build and grow again in round 7. Drudgery Reeve. So who's excited for tomorrow? Because you know what day it is tomorrow. It's Tuesday. And what do we do on Tuesdays, guys? Two win Tuesdays. Yeah. And dinner discussion. You know what? I actually made dinner last week. And, well, you know what? Last week was, I'm not going to lie, guys. Last week was so nice. I went 2 for 2 and went and, like, oh, thanks so much for the follow. I went 2 for 2 and I went across the field and kicked the soccer ball around and got exercise and did different stuff. So, but you know what? Because didn't do that many games. I think I did do 2 games one other day last week. I did like Wednesday or Friday. So I try to balance it out. You know. I know everyone's stuck inside, like pretty eager for content. Thatcher's thinking about what improvement to play with Renault. So it looks like Thatcher's going to build a clay room, sounds like. Although he just built the fireplace, so needs a clay grab before he can build a clay room. Unless he has stonehouse extension. And building the fireplace is kind of annoying. I don't really want to take 2 sheep. 2 sheep is only 4 food. I would much rather take 4 sheep. Oh, save 2 clay on Reno. Oh, I forgot about Renovator. Of course. Thank you. And Northern Watch, good observation. Yeah, thanks, Northern Watch. And the fact that Coolala is not pressuring the room is nice for Thatcher. And I was nice to Thatcher or Montu because of Baby Sling. But if I get 4 wood back, I'm feeling great about this. Montu might go for the 4 wood, definitely. Although Montu does kind of need to set up food. So build another wood room, I think. I think so too. Especially with 2 reed in my supply and Baby Sling in play already. I think that seems like a reasonable proposition. So, what major improvements are we going to go for? Probably a cooking hearth. Well, yeah, if we could hard build a cooking hearth, that wouldn't be too bad. And then that plus 6 miners, 8 improvements is usually, well, not usually, but 8 improvements might be enough to tie for the village elder. 9 usually wins it, because 9 is all 7 of your miners plus 2 majors. The third, I mean, I could definitely build the well. I have Stonecutter. Like, I can definitely play major improvements. The question is just, I need to get the resources for them. And I have no clay, and the clay's been taken pretty aggressively. So that is going to make building the pottery hard. It's going to make building, clay oven hard. I would like to build the well, yes. Yes. But Thatcher certainly might be going for it. Ooh, interesting. Montu 2 grain here. So I'm guessing Montu took wood oven. With Stonecutter, I like pottery. Yep. I need a good... yeah, I mean, if 4 clay grab is a reasonable grab. I could definitely take 4 clay. But I'm definitely taking 4 wood here and lining up building another room as early as round 7. And if Thatcher takes the 2 sheep, I mean, there's going to be 4 food traveling players available. Not to mention, I got a sheep here, and I've got a food coming round 7, so... We're looking good. We're looking quite good. Thatcher has to build here. Thatcher does have to build here, but Thatcher did not. Thatcher went for the sheep. So then Coolala will build. Montu's playing stone axe. I really thought that was going to be wood oven after that grain take. Also, we're start players, so 6 wood might fall into our lap. Although, I could pass 6 wood to build a room. It's probably worth just taking the 6 wood, though. I guess I could take 3 wood, and then the 6 wood's not there tempting us. 3 wood, and then first action build, forcing Coolala to first action build. And Coolala might even decide to let us grow. The thing is... Yeah, we'll just take the 3 wood here. You know what? We get a food out of it next round. We'll just take the wood here. Montu's starving, needs the clay oven badly. Alright, let's see if Coolala wants to be my best friend. If Coolala wants to be my best friend, that would be pretty cool. I would like to have best friends. In the video game. Yeah, it's always... Like it's funny, Sid, because you're like thinking, oh man, I can have 6 wood. Why would I ever do anything that would interrupt my ability to take 6 wood? And it's like, oh, I could get 1 extra food before the harvest, and then I could first action build and not pass 6 wood. So, yeah, because your instinct should always be, how do I get 6 wood? How do I get 6 wood? But not correct in this situation. I think this is the right play. I mean, obviously, I think it's the right play. That's why I did it. Other thing to note, Giant at 4 family members is way nicer than Giant at 3 family members. Ooh, Thatcher's playing Manservant here. So Thatcher's gonna reno to a stone house. When is he gonna reno to a stone house? Maybe he just needs, maybe just wants a occupation. Maybe there's not much to do. But I wonder, are we gonna see Thatcher reno round 7 and not build? That would be that would be quite surprising. Giant at 3 people is terrible because you go down to only 2 actions, and 2 actions per round is not very good. But the third, like Giant, when you have 4 family members, you still have 3 actions, and usually one of those you actually want to double. Like doubling them, one of those is usually okay. But the problem is when you only have 2 family members, it's difficult to take resources and develop your farm and play other occupations, that kind of thing. You can't start player as well. You really don't have time for start player. Maybe as Lighthouse. Yeah, he might have first picked Lighthouse. Oh, Coolala doesn't want to be my friend. That's too bad. I think I like. Am I getting Reedstone food back if I take 4 clay here? Montu, clay oven, coolala. No idea what coolala will do. I could take 4 clay here. Four clay and then Reedstone food should come back. Debt round 13 or 14? Not sure about that, Rylocran. It's going to depend on when I get fields in the ground. It might be the kind of thing where if I can play Farmer's Straw Hat, like say I get crops in the ground round 11, then I could Farmer's Straw Hat in stage 5, and then be ready to resow those fields in round 14. And so then I think Debt Collector round 14 is better. But most of the time, Debt Collector, I agree with Sid. Most of the time, I think Debt Collector round 13 is correct. The flexibility to take family growth. Also, you could, like, you kind of get 2 early really good actions. So one of them can be Plow Sow and the other can be Start Player. Like, Plow Sow with Dead into Straw Hat Start Player. Yeah, that would work. Coolala did Reno and played Wine Closet. So build a room, or sorry, so family growth is uncontested in round 8 at the moment. Koala plays Turkey Breeder. Oh, that's fun. Turkey Breeder builds a stable. Yeah, nice combo here for Koala. Really nice. Really nice combo here for Koala. I could play my Indentured Servant. If I have enough food, I have 1 food short of playing Indentured Servant here. I could maybe play it in round 8 though. So Reedstone food's available. Grabbing Reedstone food gives me the option of doing stuff with 2 stone. I could also take 2 stone in the next round to grab the well. I could take 3 wood here. Every time I take 3 wood, getting the food in the next round is nice. So I think 3 wood and then maybe 2 stone next round to build the well looks fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Trigger syrup tap as many times as we can. For food and a sheep. could have also taken traveling players there. And then there's 2 4-wood actions in round 8. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind taking one of the 4-wood actions. Like, I'd probably first action 4-wood round 8, very likely. You could also look at something like 3 reed. 3 reed gets us reedstone food. 3 reed plus reedstone food gets us the basket maker's workshop, which could be a very solid option here. I agree, round 13 is great. Sometimes like the comfort of knowing if I have to do something the first or the last round, I'm not backed into a corner from doing that and giving up the best move on the board. Yep. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Rilo Kren. Yeah, sometimes the timing in stage 4 is relevant too. Like sometimes it's like, hey, I'll last action deck collector round 10 if I can. And if I can't, I'll just play it early in round 11. Sometimes that's relevant as well. Montu took the 4 food. I will continue to take wood early and often. This game is going, I have to say, this game's going quite well. Coolala's got a nice setup, which is scary. I think Montu, I have a nice wood advantage over Montu, although Montu does have the stone axe, which can nullify that. Thatcher, we figure Thatcher probably's got some stone house combos. I'm gonna have to see something pretty good. Like basically it has to be noble, I think, for me to like Thatcher's setup here. I think Thatcher kind of, sort of gave up on building a room. I mean, it's still possibly a stone house extension or lighthouse, but if he hard builds a stone room, I think this is pretty rough. I think you have fed 6 and not 7. I was supposed to feed 6. I didn't family growth there. I'm going to family growth this round. Montu's got fresh dirt worker. I was kind of hoping that card would come back. Gives building resources. I didn't remember what it actually gave. I think I incorrectly said it could get me crops earlier, but it gives building resources. Yeah, I get to baby sling and not give anyone else family growth this round, which is amazing. This is part of why baby sling is amazing, and I think people are coming around to it. I think the stats have got up a lot. The draft position is a lot higher. Yeah, I kind of like 3 reed here. I could take the 2 stone as well. 2 stone gets me the well if Thatcher is not building the well himself. And you know what? The well is a fantastic improvement. I would be happy to play it here. Considering Thatcher... Well, so that's the reason I think Thatcher kind of gave up on family growth, HIKLJ, because I think he was probably planning to build a wood room. Then Montu first action built round 5, which was... it worked out really well because of baby sling, but it was maybe not an obvious move to Thatcher at the time. Then Thatcher decides, well, maybe I'll run out of clay and build in round 7, but then Coolala builds in front of Thatcher. And Thatcher, but Thatcher also wanted to play Renovator as well. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure what really happened. I'd be interested to hear Thatcher's perspective. He could have still grown in 7. Yeah, it was almost like he decided feeding was going to be too difficult in stage 3, so just play Manservant 1 round earlier and give up on family growth. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I expect we're going to see, plowing a field. See, plowing a field there tells me Thatcher basically gave up on family growth. We know Journeyman, but I don't think there's anything other than Journeyman and Manservant. I think it's literally just the family growth queue was too hard. I don't want to deal with it. Yeah. I mean, it's still possible we see Stonehouse Extension. It's still possible we see Lighthouse. I mean, if you had either of those cards, we would have seen them already. So it's possible, but it's very unlikely. Yeah, maybe the analysis is the Fencing Master plus Journeyman is going to be really efficient. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Sid. I'm trying to I don't think you're wrong. I'm just trying to propose what the thought process is here. But certainly, yeah, baby sling is it's really great for me. I mean, I get a free action. I've got 2 free actions out of my 1 read miner, so yeah, that 3 read round 5 was pretty amazing for me, eh? So this is a family growth here, and I'm gonna play cook pot because it's gonna get me some food, and it's free. And sling home. Maybe as groom, plow guy, master fencer. So I don't think it's master fencer. I don't think it's plow driver. I think we passed manservant. I'm not 100% that we passed manservant. We definitely passed fencing master. Could be, what else could it be? I mean, we figure he has journeyman. We figure Thatcher has journeyman. So I'm not sure what else it could be. So I think if cheap family growth was available, I could play indentured servant here. I could still play indentured servant, honestly. I have to think about getting food. I mean, when I build the well, I get 3 food in round 9, which puts me at 5. So I'd only need to pick up another 3 in the next harvest. So, for example, building the Basket Maker's Workshop would get me there. Probably, though, I'm more likely to do something like reedstone food and build the pottery. Yeah, doesn't sound like the best combo. I agree. I could just take 2 sheep here. I think building the well is worth it, though. With Village Elder in play, let's build the well. Could also, I mean, taking 3 wood would be great too, but both get me a food in the next round, so. Got homework here for coolala, so no family growth for me. Or sorry, no well for me. Hold your wells, guys. Hold your wells. So fresh fence worker. That almost came back. Honestly, I'm surprised with Fencing Master Thatcher did not take it. I'm quite surprised Thatcher didn't take this with Fencing Master. And then Archer. Wow. Never seen Archer played. Have I seen? I don't think I've ever seen Archer played. So if he takes 3 sheep and 1 boar next round, this is a 3 wood action. If 3 wood's there, I take 2 wood. 2 sheep might be critical because I need. Well, okay. So the 3 wood gets me 5 food. Then reedstone food and building the pottery feeds me. I think I can take the 3 wood. Coolala has to first action take the sheep, which I assume Coolala will do. But if he does do that, then I mean I'm pretty much guaranteed to get reedstone food, I think. So. And then I can reedstone food, take clay, and build the pottery. Reno pottery, sorry, to be precise. Montu really wants to get his grain in the ground. Does Montu have Country Doctor? Country Doctor with Hut Builder doesn't seem very good. I'm trying to figure out why Montu's brushing these fields as much as he is. What do we think the reason is? Yeah, it looks like Reno's totally safe. So if I get 4 clay back. Oh, fresh dirt worker. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I just assumed when fresh dirt worker came out that Montu was going to plow a field last round to start getting clay. You're right. Fresh dirt worker. Yep. You're right. That's a really good point. Yeah, Thatcher playing Journeyman here. So I'm guessing Thatcher second action will fence to start holding these animals. Might sow this round just for better feeding. Probably he would bake as well and then get a clay. But yeah, get fresh dirt worker, yeah. That makes sense. Montu leaving 2 fields open. Okay. Interesting. I'm with you, Sid. I would probably sow 2 grain here and then fence and then plow again next round. So pottery is still available. Thatcher could build it, but I'm pretty sure Thatcher is going to fence here. Maybe I just build the pottery. Maybe that's the safe play here. Just build the pottery right now. Yeah, Thatcher could build it, so let's not risk it. And then I even have the option of taking 4 clay and then building the well as well. Yeah. Yep, I'm with you, Sid. Order is just slightly different, but yeah, 4 clay and then reno well looks great. Could also take wood again. Could also consider start player Beanfield into 6 wood. But yeah, I really like building the well this round. And then if I do that, I probably get 4 wood next round. I pass Montu 6 wood, but I probably get 4 wood, so. Yeah, Thatcher's fencing. So I heard the big streaming or the big licensing companies are looking into live copyright striking of Twitch streams because I don't know. Apparently it's something that they're able to do already. I don't know if they are just choosing not to right now. I mean, I'm not really affected. I don't really play music on the stream too much, but interesting to hear about all the potential various goings on. All right, guys, we're building the well here. So you know what I want to see in chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Save. S. Feed 6. Clay. So it seems unlikely we're going to get a sow action before round 11, which tells me plow sow is when we want to plow sow round 13 is when we want our debt collector to come in. So that tells me I should be playing debt collector this round. Ooh, those are some pretty wells. Okay. Not too much going on here. I could first move plow, or I could take 3 wood. Both seem fine. The wood is appealing because it gives me a food before the next harvest. So at 3 built majors, if we play 6 minors, we'll win the village elder bonus for sure. So we just don't have to play ladder and play the other 3. So yeah, ideally we play Debt Collector here. We've Plow Sow round 13 with one field already in play. And then we have our, so if we assume it, let's assume we have Plow one field. We have Bean Field in play. We take grain twice and we take vegetable once. Then we're sowing 2 grain and a vegetable. Then we first action Plow Sow, second action start player farm a Straw Hat. Wish I had Collar and Chain. It's good in that it denies points from people, but I actually don't. I don't love it here. I mean, as a start player action, it's fine. But the other thing is, I could start player and just fence 15. Like I have 15 wood, and I have no other use for wood this game, so I could easily just fence 15 this round, and then take the 2 cattle anyways. My feeding is tenuous. I think my feeding's fine in the next harvest. It's going to be around 13, 14 where I'm really going to start to struggle. I should be looking at a cooking hearth upgrade or maybe the basket maker's workshop. Or maybe even building the stone oven would be okay. Plan to build the stone oven around 14 if it's still available. I think it probably should not be, but if it was still available, we could do that. Yeah, Thatcher's going to build a room here. You don't think start player's going to wheel here? I think it is. I'm going to start player, fence, and play Debt Collector. That's okay, Kren. It's you know what it makes me think of? I think of I guess I'll play Beanfield here. I don't really have any use for Beanhole for a little while. Beanhole is not awful. I could eat with Beanhole around 13. It makes me think of there was this ad. It's just some stupid beer ad where they were putting hats in 2-4s, and then so like a hockey player. The ad is a hockey player scores a hat trick, and when someone scores a hat trick, everyone's supposed to throw their well, not everyone, but you throw your hats on the ice to celebrate. And I always think of the player. And these guys are like, "Oh, we got our beer hats. We don't want to throw them in. Like, they're so great. We love them so much." And the guy comes over and he's like, "I want your hats." Like he's pointing them out. Like, "You 3, throw me your hats." And I always think of that. I don't know why I remember that. Giant into Debt Collector and then double the cattle. That sounds really good. Yeah, that sounds really good. Get an extra 6 food. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a really strong play. Sid? So fence 15 here, and then play my 2 occupations. Actually, I probably don't even need to fence with this move, because coolala is not all that likely to fence, so fence should come back. You have a hat. I want your hats. I want them. Actually, I wonder if I can find that commercial. Nope. I have back-to-back moves, do I? You don't say. I really want a giant Reno someday. Unfortunately, it's not happened yet, but I really want a giant Reno someday. I think that would be fun to do. When everyone would think, "Ha, we screwed him on Reno," and then, "Ha, I've got giant." Fools, you fools. I do want to take grain twice. Yes. I like this. This play is really good. Who's buying cattle? Who's buying cattle? Oh, Thatcher's buying cattle with Journeyman. Okay. Giant doubles itself when it gets played. So Giant specifically says you can take one of your people's actions twice each round. So Giant, and the trigger for Giant is the same time as Sunday School, so or as Sunday Worker. So just like where you can play Sunday Worker and then immediately pay the food to get the second action on Occupation, Giant works the same way. So yeah, you can play 2 Ox when you play Giant. Giant into debt collector equals massive debt. I don't know. I feel like the Giant would come over and be like, I don't have to pay you. So, taking vegetable seems good here. And taking 2 sheep maybe. Take vegetable and take 2 sheep. 4 clay is alright. I guess I should plow. Next action should be plow. Because plow's getting taken pretty aggressively. Although Montu should slow down on the plowing. And coolala should slow down on the plowing. Cooking hearth upgrade seems good. Yes, cooking hearth upgrade if I'm going to eat the cattle, definitely. And I am going to eat the cattle, so. I can get away with eating just 1 cattle right now. So if I do just eat 1 cattle, then the cooking hearth upgrade is not as relevant. I can get it maybe in round 12. But certainly it's good long term. Thatcher's going to start... No, Thatcher's going to family growth first move amusement park. I think Thatcher might be having a bit of a rough game. I think that's what we should focus on. Montu has a room? Oh, Montu has a room. Hut builder, of course. Of course. Yeah, hut builder. Yep. Thing is, I think Thatcher might plow if I don't plow here. But then I should be able to get plow in round 12, so I think I can take the 2 sheep here. Monty's having a nice game, but my cards are just way better than his. Yeah. Yeah, Village Elder is great. It's worked out quite nicely. Thatcher does plow. That's okay. I'll take vegetable here. And then I eat a cattle, 3 food, and a clay. Plow doesn't have super high... Yeah, I'm hoping with Montu at 6 fields and coolala at 4 that we're going to start being able to plow later than before. So next round... So if family growth comes around 12, that's ideal. Although Montu or coolala might start player. Stone Flutter A+ card in Village Elder game. Yeah. Yeah. I mean getting past Village Elder was massive. Village Elder is such a great card. And sometimes we need reminders of that. I'm very happy I took Village Elder over Fencing Master. I think there are lines where Fencing Master is better, but Village Elder, 4 wood occupations are great. Start player Beanhole into 2 grain next round. Oh, you're saying start player next round. Ah, I see. Yeah, start player next round. All right, so coolala has a cooking or is a fireplace now. So coolala probably looking to upgrade to a cooking hearth, considering he's very likely breeding boar here. I could play hen keeper. Yeah, I might even have enough green to get it out. I might even open with start player over plow sow next round, but not over baby sling grow. What do I want a giant in round 13? Would it be the plow sow space? I guess I don't have to get a normal plow if I just giant the plow sow space in round 13. But certainly baby sling family growth, of course, would be my first move. Yeah. I might even baby sling round 13. But certainly the start player, Farmer Straw Hat, is really good. And helping Thatcher is good. Yeah, agreed. Because yeah, Thatcher's having a rough time. All right. Nobody took start player in round 11, so you know sometimes the game just loves us. A 3 food clay feed 8. Sometimes the game just loves us, and it is family growth here. Plow sow into straw hat is better than family growth because of village elder. Yeah, it might be. It also depends on Reno too, like how Reno is looking. I mean, it's quite a bit of work for me to Reno at this point. It's 3 moves for 4 points, but it gets me another improvement action, and the improvement might play Beanhole or something. So it's probably 3 moves for 5 points, which is and securing Village Elder. So I mean that's better than 5 points. So it's probably worthwhile doing. All I need is Reedstone food and 2 stone. It's not like I need a whole lot. But I mean, if I get 2 stone and take clay, then I could build the stone oven. So that's almost as good. Ooh. I think there's a risk that Thatcher and coolala both take grain. I think I need to giant the grain next action. Still go for it because Stone Baron might get played. Yes. Do we think... Try to think if there was a time where Thatcher needed 2 stone. Thatcher needed 2 stone like 1 round ago. But Stone Baron is 9 and 6, so Thatcher would have missed the boat on Stone Baron at that point. Because Thatcher really wanted to get the extra stone for his full cost stone room. So if Thatcher doesn't have Stone Baron, that means Montu basically has to have it. Because it wouldn't have got all the way to coolala, I don't think. Well, but the thing is, both coolala and Montu not really showing like they're going to get to a stone house right now. Although Thatcher loves getting to a stone house, so... Is there a house steward or stable arch? Not to my not that I remember off the top of my head. The other thing that's nice about renovating is it probably messes up with Montu's ability to reno. So as much as I would like to start player, I think I'm going to giant start player here, or giant the grain with this move. Because I think there's definitely a chance that Thatcher takes grain. And I really need to get the grain. Cooking hearth upgrade looking really good. Like the extra 2 food from the cattle seems relevant. Although I could just take 5 food traveling players. There is 5 food traveling players in the game. There's also 2 boar available. I can eat 2 cattle and a sheep for 8 food, and then, you know, eating a clay gets me to 10. Looks like nobody's taking start players, so yeah. I don't even need to play Beanhole, it looks like. I think we can let someone else start player. I think my debt collector is scaring everyone else away from taking start player. So yeah, 2 boar is amazing here. I think I think there's a chance that nobody start players again. I mean, I'm looking at last round and nobody start playered, and then I'm looking at this round and it's gone so long. Like Montu won't start player. Montu's gonna family growth. Thatcher might start player. There's definitely a possibility Thatcher start players, but Thatcher, yeah, Thatcher kind of needs grip. Well, I guess he doesn't mind sowing his 2 vegetables. If I'm Thatcher, I would really want to get the grain in the 3rd field before I sow. Coolala, Coolala, I feel like kind of needs to take grain. I don't know. Thatcher took 3 clay there. Why did Thatcher take 3 clay? Stone oven? Build the stone oven? Or some minor improvement that we haven't... What minor could it have been? 3 clay minor. Yes, Coolala would start playing would be totally fine. Coolala gets the cooking hearth. I think Coolala building the cooking hearth might mean that I should take the 5 food traveling players. And not to mention, I don't care if Coolala start players, so yeah, I'll take 5 food traveling players here. What's our elder count? I'm at 7, Koala's at 6, Montu's at 5, Thatcher's at 4. So 7, 6, 5, 4. No one start playered. No one start playered round 11 and round 12 when I'm start player. Yeah. I've had like some of the best value start players in the game. Oh, I should be using a different guest token. Oh, well, it's my turn, so I won't screw things up. So we're gonna giant plow sow. And then we're going to, whoops. What? There should be 3 grain there. Start player farmer's straw hat. And then I get to double plow sow again in round 14. Jeez. This is pretty oppressive. This is pretty oppressive. Yeah, GG. I feel like it was GG probably in round 8. Was it GG in round 8 when I got family growth again? To get plow, my farm is basically perfect. Yeah. Basket Maker's Workshop still there with 5 read available. Yep. Probably GG in round 8. That 4 wood grab was huge. What round did I get the 4 wood to build my next room? That was round 7. Yeah, maybe it was GG when I got the 4 wood round 7. Maybe it was GG for me when Thatcher gave up on... Yeah, maybe when Thatcher gave up on taking wood. and just focused on renovating, that might have been when I won for sure. Like Thatcher could have interfered with me to, you know, not necessarily to his benefit, but to the benefit of the other players. 4 wood was in round 7, yeah. Yes, because I was able to build again in round 7, right? Cattle in 10 and then nobody taking... Well, I mean, nobody taking star player generally. Pretty good. Yeah, I've had some really high value start player actions this game, where I've kept start player for a long time. 3 stone and 5 reed. Would you take 3 stone over... I'm wondering if I should reed stone food first. Because reed stone food likes 5 reed or 3 stone. Because if I reed stone food and get 5 reed, I build the basket maker's workshop. If I 3 stone, I guess it's the same thing with 3 stone. 3 stone first, then I get 5 reed or reed stone food. Yeah, yeah, I can read 3 stone. Three stone is the worst action. Let's play stone oven or joinery. I mean, I get 5 reed or reed stone food back, so I think it's okay. I only need 3 stone to reno to my stone house. I don't want to open with reno. No, I don't. But if I pressure reno, then I get good actions back as well. Thatcher might reno here, you know, or sorry, Montu might reno here and not go to stones, so. Yeah, no one's ready to build the basket maker's workshop here, so I think the 5 reed is probably coming back. In which case, even if I don't get to stone, I get to build the basket maker's workshop second action. Milk stool? Yeah. I mean, it's nice, but unfortunately not going to be enough. And by nice, I mean I don't think it was very good. Family growth is too important. So we were thinking about what Stonehouse card. Milking Stool, not a Stonehouse card, but it is a payoff for Journeyman, so... I don't think it was the right move, but there was certainly consideration. Expansion plans. Okay. A 7 food, feed 10. So we breed that, and we breed that. We harvest all of this. We show that. Yeah, what it feels like is Thatcher committed before seeing Baby Sling. Once you see Baby Sling, you have to say, okay, it's, you know, things have gone bad, but I'm still going to get to family growth relatively quickly. Because, yeah, Baby Sling obviously lets multiple people family growth. So we're hoping that Montu Reno's here. So that Montu can leave first action So Bake available. Because, yeah, if Montu first action Renos, then So Bake might not come back to him. You think Lord of the Manor? Could be. Oh, Pelts is nice, but unfortunately has no animals. Ooh, he did that on Family Growth, not on Reno. Interesting. Well, maybe coolala will reno here. Yeah, too bad we didn't get to play that game yesterday. I had a pretty interesting setup where I took deliberately took a beggar at the end of round 4. Um, I think I had quite a strong hand. Would have been interesting to play it out. Yeah, the 4 stables might signal Lord of the Manor. Oh, has to be exactly. You're right. Man, that's kind of brutal. Lumen had a game this morning whereby his draft was perfectly set up for Lady of the Manor, unbeknownst to him during the draft. Oh, so like he won the point. Well, I feel like Lady of the Manor is you should almost always be playing for Lady of the Manor a little bit in G4-5. I feel like it's a little bit of a you should pretty reliably be able to have a very pretty farm. You should be trying to go for a lot of crops and a lot of crop points. You should be trying to have a very good pasture, like pasture covering lots of spaces. I feel like in general, it's one of those cards that you should maybe go for. So Henkeeper is a card I could play here. Oh, also I didn't remove the 7 food that I said I was feeding. So Henkeeper, so I have 10 grain. So I can play Henkeeper and put 4 of them, and it's 2 points. Cost me a food to play. Might be worth doing. Stables can be difficult to guarantee. Being able to fence 12 tight makes a big difference. Yeah, that's true. Henkeeper might be 1.5 points if the food cost is weird. Reedstone food so I can reno Basket Maker's Workshop. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Especially because Reedstone food is a 4 food action. 4 food plus 4 food plus the points. No, Montu's gonna reno Major, build the fireplace. So definitely want to build the Basket Maker's Workshop. So I probably do that with my next move, to as long as Major Miner's available. So renovating is, yeah, not as good. So I think we can probably claim the village elder points. So I'm going to eat a reed, and then I'm going to eat a sheep for food. And then I'm going to eat a cattle, 7 food. And I'm going to eat a boar, 9 food. And I need 2 more food. So I could eat 2 raw grain. Probably playing... Well, actually, Henkeeper maybe not worth it. Thatcher playing Diligent Farmer here. How do I not pronounce Frank? Well, so... my last name is... Oh, should I say my last name? I don't know if I should say my last name. I don't want to dox myself. It's a short part of my last name. I'll put it that way. People usually say Frank like F-R-A-N-C like it's a K. Montu's complaining about thatcher. Yeah. Thatcher is saying my 2 stone for the well really screwed him up. My last name is not Frank. I'll say that. That's for me to know and you guys to not know. I could still Reno here. Reed Stone Food and then Reno for 4 points. That means I don't play Henkeeper. It's probably fine. I could also play Beanhole, free Beanhole. Reed Stone Food's probably an okay action either way, it looks like. Yeah, Village Elder's safe, so I don't need to play Beanhole necessarily. So Reed Stone Food seems fine. Is Henkeeper 2 points? I kind of think Henkeeper might be like 1.5 rounded down to 1 points. 1 point just because of the food. Yeah, this is so. What's happening now is sometimes the game goes so well for one person, and then the other 3 people kind of start bickering a little bit, and I feel like that's what's happening. They all like interacted with each other, and it and not with me, and it's like they needed to mess up with me. They needed to mess me up. Know my stance on naming the lobsters. Save a stone. So I eat a reed. I eat a cattle, a sheep, and a boar. RAHO for 7. Feed 10. Yeah, so I don't breed anything. So here's my final score here. So, yeah, we're looking at 63, I think. Jeez. 63 and no one else is probably cracking 50. Well, a lot of things really went my way that game. Getting past Stonecutter after Village Elder is amazing. Almost ideal giant game. Yeah, the fact that the fourth wood room fell into my lap so easily. That 3 read round 5 was so good. That 3 read in round 5 was amazing. I got to use it for baby sling and then also build another room right after. Yeah. Yeah, this is a big Play-agricola game. First pick Elder, second pick. First pick was Debt Collector. So, coolala passed me, probably took Engineering Apprentice over Village Elder. But then passing me Stonecutter was probably a mistake. Thatcher Seeding Growth let me grow too easily. It did, yeah. It was really good for me. Thanks, Sam Folds. Yeah, yeah, good one for sure. Thatcher's game was over when he passed Thatcher. And then past Racing Stable Manager. Yeah, I think that seems reasonable. Racing Stable Manager might have wheeled, so that might have been more correct for coolala, or for coolala to do. Certainly passing me Stonecutter after passing me Village Elder was massive. But maybe coolala's thinking, oh, well, it's William. He'll take Fencing Master. He loves Fencing Master, which I do love Fencing Master. But Village Elder plus Debt Collector can make a game on its own. And then Stonecutter was like the perfect linchpin. Wild Giant was great too. So 43, 42, 50, 63. So yeah, big win. So coolala got 50. Big win. All right, guys. Yeah, well, you know what? And then I also got great miners for Stonecutter, and Sling was really good, and I got the first room, and yeah, I wasn't, a lot of stuff. Yeah, great Stonecutter miners. A lot of stuff really went my way. I got a couple really nice die rolls this game. All right, guys, that's gonna be all for me. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I'm gonna shout out Monster Train. I really am enjoying it. It's been really fun. I really like Slay the Spire. Koala swipes my sheep. Yep. And Koala was in second, so it might have been the right play for Koala, depending. But yeah, getting the sheep back was huge, of course. Yeah. So yeah, good game. Yeah, a lot of stuff went my way for sure. So. Yeah, I'm shouting out Monster Train here. That's probably what I'm gonna go do right now. It's a game. It's a game. Monster Train. It's similar to it's like Slay the Spire, like in that it's a roguelike deck builder. It's really fun. Really fun. Hey, a bunch of monsters on a train. There you go. That's exactly what it is. So, yeah. I'm going to go play some of that. And tomorrow, it's 2-Win Tuesday. So we'll see you tomorrow. Probably... What time am I going to start tomorrow? I'm going to try to start earlier. Yeah, I said this last week too. I'm going to try to start earlier around noon. Try to pretty reliably get a game around 12:30. So... 2-Win Tuesday. That's right. That's what we're looking at tomorrow. So yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks very much for watching this little video. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.